Falcon runner. He's in first place. The Raiders start with a kickoff from their own 20-yard line.
Apparently someone on the sideline unhappy with the officials let them know in no uncertain terms, and a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty flag was thrown. It will be assessed. They'll have to kick the ball way back, and that gives the Broncos great field position. They've had good field position all day. The Raiders, on the other hand, have not had good field position on the day, except on the turnovers that gave them the ball out in the middle of the field.
We talked about the two main men, John Elway for the Denver Broncos, Marcus Allen for the Raiders, and we billboarded them at the start. And in the first half, Allen held in check, and that's what the Broncos wanted. That's his total yardage. Elway rushing and passing 111 yards. Neither man outstanding, but Elway's got the 2 touchdowns tucked away.
Elway has been able to take advantage of the opportunities that they have had. The Raiders had one chance to score, and you might remember if you were with us. If not, we can tell you that Mark Wilson threw an interception in the end zone to deny them a chance at a touchdown.
Big play was Rich Carlos missing a 35-yard field goal in the final play of the first half that would have given the Broncos a 2-touchdown plus lead. And now 30 minutes to go.
One thing's sure, you don't try an onside kick from down here on the 20-yard line.
It would be the ultimate surprise, although Barr worked it magnificently against the Broncos in the first game at the Coliseum in L.A. He kicks off from the 20. Daniel Hunter and Vance Johnson are deep. Good kick.
Boy, he drilled it out of there.
All the way to the 8-yard line. Hunter. Jerry Robinson, an all-pro, playing on special teams with the Raiders, as he just can't get the job away from the rookie Reggie McKenzie.
And what great special teams play by the Raiders as they lose 15 yards on the penalty and end up giving the ball to the Broncos, and there goes another flag in the air.
There's another unsportsmanlike yellow flag, and Howie Long is the man, or no, it's Matt Millen debating with...
I think they better get out of there. They might get another one.
Fred Wyant, the referee.
I have an unsportsmanlike number 56.
That's against Jeff Barnes, his 56. So at the end of the half, 15 yards for unsportsmanlike, and that's how the second half begins for the Raiders. And they'll kick it over again, this time from their 5-yard line. No, they're going to mark it off there. I was going to say.
They get it to them after the change of possession, so it does move that ball out. And where they were going to start on the 21, they now start just outside of the 35, out on the 37.5, 38-yard line.
I thought we were going to see something I've never seen before, a kickoff from the 5-yard line. So the Broncos in excellent position at the 37. That's right in motion. And Winder, the solo running back, to the 41. Second down and 6. This has not been a good quarter for the Broncos. 39 points all season long, but in the last 2 months they haven't scored at all.
They have not scored a touchdown in the last 8 games. They have had some field goals, but in 6 games they've not scored in the third quarter. So this has been a bad time for them. And of course, the Raiders traditionally strong in the second half, although I think this cold might start to bother both of these teams if it continues.
Second and 7. Elway to Kay, and he's wrapped up at the 40 for a loss. He wanted to go to Vance Johnson over the middle, but good coverage, and he dumped it off to Kay as a safety valve, and Rod Martin right there, number 53 for the Raiders. What a good player he is, and an inspiration for all you young players who are high school, college, not even 200 pounds. That was Martin's story. That's why he wasn't picked until the 12th round in '77. He was only a 200-pound linebacker. A good one.
And even better today.
Triple right, shotgun. Gerald Wilhite, his first appearance of the game, and he's far short of the first down. Bill Packel and Rod Martin with a tackle. Now the Broncos, unable to move the ball, will have to punt it away.
Wilhite, out there with a badly sprained ankle, was able to run with difficulty during the week. Makes his first appearance and very uneventful. Little trickery going on. 3 wide receivers to the near side. They ran them all off and then tried to throw a little screen out here.
Chris Norman, who punted only once in the first half, 55 yards, a ball that rolled into the end zone, so 35 net. Fulton Walker, the former Miami Dolphin, stands at the 22. that one. Jeff Barnes right in on Norman, who got it away to Walker at the 15. He's dangerous. 25, 30, 35 and out of bounds at the 37. Fulton Walker. How in the world did Barnes miss blocking it?
Jeff Barnes, I think, afraid that he was going to miss it and rough the kicker. He's in plenty of time, but took the wrong angle. I think if he'd have angled across the kicker's foot, he would have knocked it away.
Speaking of wrong angles, there's our sideline vehicle. One of the very best in the business, Lou Gerard, working on that last Sunday. He had an accident, fractured a bone in his leg, his foot, and we really miss you, Lou, and hope you have a speedy recovery. We never counted on you for extra points anyway, but we miss your artistry.
Broke that ankle in 3 places, I understand.
Marcus Allen out to the 41, a gain of 4.
Dick, maybe we can go back to Fulton Walker with that fine return. He'll move closer to a record. He's only carried the ball back in 8 games as a punt returner, but he's closing in on Greg Pruitt's all-time NFL record of 666 yards. Here's the last part of that play. Hopefully we get the end of it, but, well, no, there he is. The better yet, look at the man himself. And what a tremendous record to be able to return for only 8 games. Came 4 games into the season, missed the Miami game, and is still working on that record. Needs an average of 45 yards a game to do it.
Raiders have been so good at picking up that loose man. Marcus Allen not open. Flag is down. Back in the Raider backfield.
Mickey Marvin helping the officials by waving his own flags over there and pointing over to their side.
Foul, hands to the face mask, number 75.
Rulon Jones, second penalty against the defensive end from Utah State, using his hands into the face mask on his defensive charge. Well, a lot of that is done. They don't call it very often.
You see a lot of that, and I agree with that kind of a call because it's very dangerous to start using that face mask as a weapon and jamming the head back. An easy way to get a man injured. They've taken away the head slap from the defensive lineman. They don't want the hands up in the face mask, and that's fair on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
It's a big penalty, 15 yards, and a first down for the Raiders at the Denver 44. Only the second time Los Angeles has been in Bronco territory today. Marcus skittering along the sidelines. He stepped out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Steve Busick, his former teammate with the Trojans of USC, knocked him out of bounds.
You know, you can hold the great backs in check very often for a quarter, a half, as the Broncos have done. But if they keep hammering at you, they sometimes have the ability to come back and make the big plays in the second half.
Marcus Allen with nearly 1,400 yards. The rest of the Raider backs 400. He has more yardage than the top 4 rushers for the Broncos if you take Elway out of that top 4. Frank Hawkins. Not much. It'll be short of the, well, he has the first down at the 33-yard line. Needed only a couple, and Ken Woodard, 52, made the tackle.
There's the comparison you alluded to, Dick. The 4 rushing backs for the Broncos, Winder, Sewell, Lang, and Wilhite, with a total of 1,295 yards. Marcus himself with 1,392. And I'll tell you, in his importance to this team and what he has contributed, he's got to be one of the leading candidates for MVP on the season.
A true star is Allen. First down, 33 of Denver. Very important possession for the Raiders should they score here early in the third quarter. Wilson going long for Christensen. And a flag is down. Foley and Smith double coverage and a flag at the 10. That we'll wait to see against the receiver or against the defender. Against Denver. Interference.
2 big penalties here. One for unsportsmanlike conduct, and then a second helped the Raiders to move the ball well down inside Bronco territory.
Illegal contact, number 49, first down.
So it is not interference by the illegal contact before the ball was thrown. So that's a shorter penalty of 5 yards to the 27 instead of down to the 10. We expected to have some penalty yards today.
Certainly did. Big penalties, too. A lot of 15-yarders. That is quite unusual.
crossing to the 20. Gain of about 6 more, maybe 7. And again, a little extracurricular action. Carl Mecklenburg finally with the stop of Marcus Allen.
Normally rather sedate Reuben Carter, number 68, up nose to nose with number 65, Vicky Marvin. And tempers are short in a game like this that's emotionally charged because of its importance and also because of the ongoing animosity between these two teams. It's bound to happen.
Second and 3. Good protection. Open is Christensen. And it's first and goal for the Raiders at the 8-yard line. Busick, Foley, and Woodard with a tackle of Christensen, the tight end.
Money receivers. In the crucial situations, you go to people you know can get open, to someone that you know will catch the football. He gets away on the line of scrimmage, does a good job of bumping right there on Mecklenburg, and Mark Wilson got him the football.
Mecklenburg unable to cover him and then unable to bring him down. First and goal. Wilson working into the noisy end of Mile High Stadium. Oh my. Allen appeared to have a touchdown to the outside but lost his footing, and down he goes at the 3.
Collier sending a different set of troops onto the field. I'm sure glad that they dodged that opportunity for a touchdown by Marcus. He just tried to cut too tight. I'll tell you, they've done a great job of getting this field and keeping it in shape. They've had a horrible November, and yet this grass is still growing. They've kept it in good shape, but not able to support that hard cut by Marcus Allen.
14-0 Denver. The Raiders trying to get on the board. 8:40 left, third quarter.